like the bad old days where you didn't have a very good hearing aid.
I wouldn't have to hear you.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Maybe they were the good old days for you.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome. Whoa, I didn't mean to scare you there.
Oh, yeah. Woo.
But I do mean to scare you because we're watching a horror movie today.
Oh, okay. It better be, for 2.5 hours, it better be eye-catching.
I hope it is. It's definitely one that it's a horror classic.
Okay.
It's also considered a classic. And the director is probably one of the most famous directors around. It's a guy named Stanley Kubrick.
I've never heard of him.
Okay, I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Wow.
That's all right. It's funny because he directed Spartacus, which you probably at least know the name of.
Oh, yeah.
And he directed 2001.
What makes it a classic?
Generally, it's just being well regarded enough.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of times
Fans kind of make it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like the difference between, say, a cult classic and a classic is how it's initially received and how it's perceived over time.
I gotcha.
So The Warriors, which we watched, when that came out, oh, by the way, I got to say this real quick because somebody's going to comment on our video when we put it out. The biggest name from that movie is actually the police officer, the woman on the bench who arrests Ajax.
Oh, okay.
I mean, in the sense that her career didn't get huge, but she certainly had a long career. But she won an Academy Award for the movie Fisher King.
Oh, okay.
She had this sort of, she won a Best Supporting Actress, and those Oscars can be kind of a curse for your career. Like, they don't necessarily help your career, and that's the case for her. She
Can't take a leading role, you're only a supporting.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, and a lot of times they go to character. I mean, in her case, she's not a character actress, I don't think. She's, but yeah, so anyway, she's probably the biggest. Anyways, difference between a cult and a regular classic is how it's perceived at the beginning. So a movie that comes out and does poorly either with critics or the box office and is found to be a great movie over time.
People tune on to it.
Rediscover it.
Yeah.
That's a cult classic. A classic is usually one that is received well at the beginning and then continues on. And sometimes over time it loses the cult.
Barbie will be a classic.
I think it will. It's made a lot of money and it's going to continue to make a lot of it'll be and it got well received, except for the internet, which is a weird place for a scary place for women. I don't know.
Whatever, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so the movie we're going to watch today is The Shining.
Shiny?
The Shining.
I think I've heard of that.
You probably might have.
Yeah,
it's another Stephen King one. When you do horror and you do the 80s, it's going to be Stephen King.
Probably, I have heard of it. How old is it?
1980.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall, Scatman Crothers. I mean, the big name being Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So, and it's a little bit longer, and
If I have a nap, just
I'll poke you.
Yep.
I got a little poking stick.
yeah. I think I had an easy evening last night. So.
Oh, good. All right. You got more energy than me, probably.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right. Well, The Shining.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Kind of spooky music, isn't it?
Yeah, they're setting the mood pretty quick.
Yeah. Pretty spot, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
Where the hell's the smoke coming from?
Cigarette. It's in the ashtray right in front of the plate.
Okay.
Gotta love that 80s, like smoking at the kitchen table with your kid feeling.
It was coming up from behind him at first.
Well, let's just wait and see. We're all gonna have a real good time.
Can of itself become a problem.
Not for me.
He killed his family with an axe.
Please. No. Tony, tell me.
He's getting ready for it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's messy.
Yeah. I see why Tony didn't want to tell him about it.
Yeah. She looks scary.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure there's nothing physically wrong with Danny.
Yeah? Oh, I'm sure you're right.
Shaking.
He dislocated his shoulder. How did he manage to do that? Used too much strength and he injured Danny's arm. Yeah, he hasn't had any alcohol in 5 months.
All right.
The air feels so different.
They had to resort to cannibalism in order to stay alive. It's okay. We saw it on the television.
Oh, he's got a couple of friends to play with then.
I'm sure that's it.
Looks like they're staying.
That's true.
Perfect for a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old fridge.
I found him outside looking for you.
What kind of ice cream do you like, Doc?
Chocolate.
Chocolate it shall be.
Anna likes bubblegum.
I don't blame her. It's
That's
good.
what she had anyhow.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Has Tony ever told you anything about this place? About the Overlook Hotel?
He showed me an elevator full of blood.
See, pardon?
He showed me an elevator full of blood.
Yeah. Yes.
Is there something bad here? What about room 237?
Nothing in room 237. But you ain't got no business going in there anyway. Stay out. You understand? Stay out.
Oh, a month later. Oh, okay. Wow. All by themselves now, I guess.
Yeah, for the next, I guess, 4 more months.
That's a terrible sized place, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I think their maintenance is fairly low-level maintenance, but still, holy moly.
You sure have to walk around to get things, eh?
Hey,
We're just talking about the green machine, eh?
you got it.
That's the blue machine, though.
A little less plastic than my brother's was, anyways.
Yes, it
There's
was.
some metal in that one.
Yeah. He sleeps, eh?
Oh yeah, reminds me of myself.
Yeah.
It's quite the maze.
Get lost in there, eh?
Yeah. 13-foot high hedge walls. You're not climbing over.
Nope.
Like an emergency bell. Emergency triangle.
Yeah. There it is. Model. That's scary, actually.
Yeah.
A life sentence for his conviction in the 1968 shooting.
Well, they got out.
Oh yeah. Eventually, right? You just follow one wall.
Is he looking for two little playmates, maybe?
Maybe. Oh,
Maybe he's found them.
he found that room he was warned away from.
Ooh, yeah. You know what he said.
Do not. Yeah.
What do you want me to do about it?
Don't be so grouchy.
And it will then take me time to get back to where I was. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
When I'm in here, that means that I am working. That means don't come in. How do you think you can handle that?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you start right now and get the fuck out of here?
Whoop. Here comes the snow.
Yep.
You've got
Wow.
Don't have.
The bottom windows are covered.
Ooh, it's changing a little bit, eh?
Just a bit, eh? Yeah.
Aha. Phone service out?
Looks like it.
One of those big switchboards, eh?
Yeah.
Should probably do the rooms, maybe, or something. I don't know.
I would think so, but I guess she's trying. Maybe they have a couple of lines out so people can make calls.
Over and out.
So that window there, it can't exist.
It what?
It cannot exist.
Why?
Because there's a hallway right behind that.
Oh, yeah.
If you watch him go, like him on his roller go
Right.
around, he goes behind that, and there's like a ballroom and stuff back there. So just a weird,
Oh,
yeah. I was gonna wait till the end to mention it, but you won't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So.
oh, there's a little playmate.
It's gonna be a good day.
Come and play with us, Daddy. Just like pictures in a book, Danny. It isn't real.
So Tony's a talking finger.
It lives in his mouth and his finger, so apparently.
Sure. Great. Sit down.
No cartoons?
I guess not. You're lucky you're getting anything.
Yeah. Lights on both ends.
You know what room that is?
237.
Yep, not the good one.
Yep, the door was locked.
Are you there?
She's the one doing all the maintenance work?
Looks like it, yeah.
Or at least trying to figure out what's going on, anyhow. Oop. But it's not working, though.
No, he got to sleep.
How could she hear that from way down there?
I don't know. That hallway she just ran down, that's behind the window.
Yeah.
That fake window.
Okay.
It's the most horrible dream I ever had.
It's okay. It's okay now.
I dreamed that I killed you and Danny.
Why did you lie to me?
She's the only sane one in the group, eh?
Yeah.
Danny, what happened to your neck?
And your sweater.
Doesn't look too good.
No.
You did this to him! Didn't you? How could you? How could you?
Have you seen that window since the first time?
Well, it was in the office when he was getting the interview.
Your pardon?
When he was being interviewed, we saw it.
Oh, that's that window there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when she was on the radio. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not that significant. It's just like an odd
Right.
thing they put in for some reason.
A little slow tonight, isn't it?
No money. Got a bath, eh? Or something?
Yeah.
There's someone else in the hotel with us. There's a crazy woman in one of the rooms.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Choke him now?
Well, I guess we'll see.
Nope. Trying to phone up there. I guess there's no line, so.
No. The only thing getting through is The Shining.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
He did it to himself. When Wendy, I have let you fuck up my life so far, but
It's a Jekyll and Hyde, eh?
Yeah.
Good evening, Mr. Torrance. Good evening.
What do they call you around here, Jeezy?
Great is.
You recognize the name?
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't recognize it, but I figured it was.
Yeah.
Your son is attempting to bring an outside party into this situation.
That's the mirror window there?
Yep. That's the one that doesn't exist.
It's not a real window, eh?
Yeah. I mean, it's real in the It's real in the movie, but it doesn't make sense in reality.
Oh, okay. Disconnecting it, eh?
Mm-hmm. Or worse.
Oh.
That's easy.
Man, I was able to land.
I know. I'm kind of surprised.
You won't be able to drive up there. You better get one of those
Snowcats.
snowcats.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks a lot, Larry. I really appreciate that.
That's all right. Drive carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Danny hasn't come back yet.
Yes, Mrs. Torrance.
Mm-hmm.
Still Tony.
Doesn't change your clothes very often, does she?
No.
Won't go to bath, though. Not coming along too well, is it?
No. That's not a story I'd want to read.
I mean, if it's all work, well, there it is there, baby. Oh, no, it's the same thing.
Oh, boy.
Lots of paragraphs, though.
Yeah, it kind of gives up on that eventually and just drawing pictures.
Yeah. I think you might want to figure that out by now.
Yeah. I mean, how many do you need to see? I guess she wants to know how long it goes back. He deserved it.
Yep, in that cycle, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, dragging him somewhere. Deep freeze?
I guess so. It's got a lock on it. Pull the pin.
What good idea did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's just a dry storage.
Yeah, okay, so he doesn't have to freeze to death.
Let me out of here and I'll forget the whole goddamn thing. It'll be just like nothing ever happened.
Go check out the snowcat in the radio.
Uh-huh.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Took that apart too, did he?
Yeah, he planned ahead.
Yep. Come in. Found some sacks to lay on then.
Yeah, it could be better. Could be worse.
Yep.
Ate some peanut butter and crackers.
Yeah, Oreo cookies.
Yeah, you know, he's doing all right. I hope they have some food outside of here.
Delbert Grady.
Mm-hmm.
Your wife appears to be stronger than we imagined, Mr. Torrance.
A little late, unfortunately.
Comes the axe.
Yeah.
One more door for him to break down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, right.
At least they don't have far to fall.
Wendy, I'm home.
Yahoo!
That's a nice little slide.
Here's Johnny.
They're not the fastest little beast, but
No,
made
but
it.
it made it when a lot of things wouldn't.
Yep. The only thing that would make it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna hide there. Okay.
That's pretty smart.
Is he going to 237? I wonder.
Maybe. I think he heard the thing and he's going after Halloran.
Well, okay. Oh, I think I gotta go now one more time. I thought I'd wait to the end, but I don't think I'm gonna make it.
I have to rewind because, there's a big scene coming up and I don't want him to miss it. You need that slow walk to build this up to be effective. I don't think he's going to jump, but I think it's a good, effective kill.
Ooh. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that.
No. Oh yeah, he screamed so he would know. That's too bad.
They're both chasing him now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, going into the maze again?
Yeah.
She hasn't seen the chef lately yet, though.
No. She is heading in that direction, though.
There he is.
Yeah.
Oh, whole family. A whole bunch of people dead.
Yeah.
Party bus gone a little longer. Forgot to go home.
It happens.
Gonna start it up and take off.
Yeah. Halloran didn't save them, but he certainly saved them by bringing the snowcat.
Yes, yes, yes. Drives like a car.
Yep.
Well, she got it going.
Oh, yeah.
Follow the tracks back.
Yeah, just like Danny did, right? Just turn around and follow your own tracks.
He looks a little frozen.
I think he's done.
Maybe there for spring.
Waiting for spring thaw.
Yeah. That's him, that's a...
Yeah, that's...
the killer guy?
Yeah, Jack Nicholson, that's him.
Yep.
He's always been the caretaker, as they said. So, that was The Shining.
The Shining.
Yeah. I'm going to prep you a little bit before we go into the pop quiz. So, this is one of those movies where there's a bit of ambiguity. Like, people aren't entirely sure about a certain number of things, and there's theories on whether the ghosts were real, on whether like there were actually ghosts, or if it was just him losing his mind, or him having The Shining as well. So what, pop quiz, you're the pop, here's your quiz. What do you think was real, let's say, or what was, Were there ghosts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There was ghosts.
Okay. My theory, it's funny because this movie is very different from the book. Like, well, it carries a lot of the same things, but it's different enough that Stephen King hates this movie. So hopefully we enjoy it more than he does.
Okay, yeah.
He actually, this is the first of his movies that got remade. He pushed for it to be remade, so they made a mini-series in 1997 that was much closer to the book.
Oh, okay.
Because he didn't like the changes. And I think...
Who's he?
Stephen King, the
King.
writer of the book.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So I think that, like, approaching it, even though it is changed from his work, approaching it from his perspective, from the perspective of him, of his work, I feel like the ghosts were not necessarily real. Like, there's a sort of a through line in a lot of his work that... like, and it's mentioned in the movie that some places shine, right? So the place itself is a psychic power.
Okay.
And I think that, in my opinion on what was happening, I feel like it fed off of their energy, because I think Jack, the dad, had the shining. He had psychic powers as well.
Right.
And Danny was, I think, very powerful. And and I think the hotel, the Overlook Hotel, fed off of them and, like, was able to manifest these spirits, which were not necessarily really spirits. And then eventually it got powerful enough that even Wendy could see it, even the mother, who had probably no psychic powers.
Right. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's my theory anyways.
Well, I think, your theory sounds pretty good. And I mean it. Mine, I just think, well, the old house, it's gotta be ghosts. The environment fit for me to have ghosts.
And that's fair. And you know what? And it's that theory is very valid, and more as valid as mine. There's other theories. This movie, for some reason, is like one of the most theorized films. So I'm not going to go into it. There's actually a documentary about the theories around this movie, and one of them is like that it's really an allegory for the racial genocide of the First Nations peoples.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because it was built on a...
Indian burial ground.
Yeah, right.
Which Stephen King
that
loves
makes sense. I like that one, too.
Yeah, and there's like, so once I've seen the documentary, so now I notice these things. There's these Calumet baking powder canisters in the background, and they're all turned so you can see the First Nations person in a headdress.
Right.
And the big, the thing that he's throwing the tennis ball at is like, in the one scene where he's throwing it, there's like it looks like a piece of native art.
Yeah, on the wall there.
And everything is...
interesting.
Everything is based on a real place, but it's all set, right? Obviously, because we have that one window that can't exist in the real world, right?
Why can't it exist? I don't quite get
So, okay, so this is the main hallway, right?
Yeah.
And it's like right here, and you go into the office, and there's a window. But we've seen, so a window to the outside, we've seen Danny we've seen a few characters, but Danny specifically, ride his roller, go behind it in a hallway and back around.
Okay.
So
it couldn't be an outside window.
No, it couldn't be an outside window.
Okay.
That's why it can't exist.
Right.
And it's there specifically for a reason. And I don't, like, a lot of this stuff I didn't know about until like the 2000s, like through the internet, right?
Right.
And I think by 1999, the director was dead. Okay. So I don't know if he was ever asked why that window was there. I feel like somebody should have, if they had noticed it while he was alive, and it was well known and people brought it up. I'd like to know why it was put there, because it doesn't hurt anything, but it's odd. It's an odd choice, and I don't know why it's there.
There's a reason, obviously.
Yeah. Well,
probably just for the scene.
And so she can be on the radio talking, and you can see the snow behind her. Not like the first scene doesn't necessarily matter where they're like doing the interview, but that might be the purpose later on.
Yeah.
The only other theory that I want to bring up that's kind of funny, and I don't know if I believe it. Okay, so this is like conspiracy on top of conspiracy.
Whoa, double whammo.
So he made the movie 2001,
right,
which is about space travel and life in space.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So the theory is that he did that and then was contacted by the government in order to fake the moon landing. And he shot the footage that faked the moon landing. So this theory, you have to believe that the moon landing was fake. You have to believe that a Hollywood person was brought in on it. So he was the one who shot the footage that was supposedly on the moon. He was involved in faking the moon landing.
Right.
And this movie is his way of letting people know. So at one point, Danny is wearing, actually I think it's when he actually goes into room 237, he's wearing a sweater that says Apollo 11 and has a rocket ship on it.
Oh, okay.
And the native art on the wall that Jack is throwing the thing at, kind of, they look like rockets as well. So, I mean, it's putting together a few different ideas. The idea that it's fake, the idea that Stanley Kubrick did it, and the idea that he would want to leave some record of it. There's something else to it, like, that makes it, I don't know. Anyways, but I always thought that was kind of funny.
Well, he maybe just his creative mind, but make everybody wonder what the hell he's doing.
You know what?
And give all these thoughts for conspiracy theories or whatever. Maybe he just brilliantly did it.
You know what? Maybe he did. Maybe he did.
Pretty creative guy, I understand.
Yeah. He's he had success. I'm not a big fan of some of his a part of his body of work, but he had success from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and this one's the 80s, and Full Metal Jacket. And then he made a movie in the 90s that I'm not a huge fan of, but again, so I mean, to make significant films over 40 years is impressive. A lot of filmmakers, a lot of artists, they have their peak and then they just kind of, they don't make anything great after that. And I accept that. You can still be a great artist and make a masterpiece and be the one, and not make a lot after that.
Maybe he's that great of an artist that he could not only make a series, but make you think about it in such a way that play with your mind.
Absolutely.
And if you're clever enough and watch it enough and have these theoretical make-up mind, you're right into his...
He pulled you in.
Gotcha.
He gotcha.
He gotcha. See, I don't have that.
No, well, you've only seen it once. And,
Well, that's probably the last time.
Probably the last time, and that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
And that is... Okay, so I think this is the first movie that we've seen that I would call a slow burn. So the idea that it builds tension throughout, it goes, but most of the action is essentially at the end. We certainly have ghosts and things like that, like things happening to keep you interested, but everything is sort of saved for the end. And what did you think of that, without giving your final review?
Well, I liked the way that it started. I liked the slow, subtle build-up into the end. I thought that was one of the highlights of the movie.
Absolutely.
And I followed it, kept my interest up. I really liked the acting of Jack Nicholson. Wow.
Yeah.
Phenomenal, I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, his faces and his...
Yeah.
Really tremendous acting.
And it was never over the line, but it was like borderline, it could have been campy. It could have been funny, right? Like he was just playing it right up to the line of that. That sort of just about.
Did he get anything for this?
No, he did get Academy Awards. I think later on. I don't think he got it. Horror doesn't get very much.
Okay, but I thought the acting would be part of it.
Yeah, and she was very good as well. I thought Shelley Duvall. She has a certain. There's stories around like on the set, the director kind of abused her, really, like to break her down and make her more fragile.
Okay.
And it's sad that happened, but her performance is really strong. And apparently, and she's actually a really good actress. I've seen her in other things, and this was sort of the end, not the end. She worked after this, but it was like her career went down after this, and I think she had PTSD. I think she had post-traumatic from the abuse that he poured onto her to get this performance out of her. So
The kid did well too.
I thought the kid did, and you know what?
For his age.
Child actors can kill a movie. They can be horrible.
No, I thought he was right on.
No, he was great. He was great.
Yeah.
And this, I told you, Stephen King made a mini series. This is actually the only movie only book that he actually kind of wrote a sequel to. he creates like a universe, and characters will cross over sometimes. Like
Right.
you'll see a character who was in a different story or movie or story or book,
Right.
but he actually wrote an actual sequel about Danny like 20 years later or 30 or whatever it was. And it's kind of interesting. And then that one got made into a movie as well.
Okay.
The movie's kind of funny because the book is so different from the movie, right?
Okay.
And the sequel movie, they very much make sure that it can be a sequel to the book and the movie. Like so Halloran, who obviously we both liked, the cook,
Right.
he doesn't die in the book. Yeah, and because Jack is not using an axe, he's using it's not a croquet mallet, but it's something like that. It's a different sport that uses like a bat.
Oh, okay.
It's not croquet. It's not like cricket. But anyway, so I think he hits him in the head, but doesn't kill him,
Okay.
and so he survives.
Oh wow!
And
good.
the way that
I like that story better.
I know, right? He's such
Coming up, I thought he was going to be the savior of the. As it turned out, she did it.
Yeah. No, I'm glad that. I mean, he bringing that snowcat saved him.
I
right?
guess, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like they could have, I don't know, like the place, and actually, in the book, the place blows up.
Blows up?
Yeah,
wow.
the boiler is not even mentioned in this, but the boiler has to be monitored. That's kind of almost the whole reason they're there.
Right.
And he lets the boiler kind of becomes a metaphor for his own like mental unhingedness, and it goes higher and higher, and then
deterioration.
you got it, and then it blows up.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah.
nice place. Better blow it up.
Yeah, you know,
I
and
bet
then
not many people go there anymore. Though.
well, you know what? It's okay. So I don't want to get too much into like trivia, but the story is based on it's based on Stephen King spending a night at a hotel, and he had a nightmare about about something that happens in the book but doesn't happen in this, which is a hose, like a fire hose, inside the hotel, coming to life like a snake and chasing his son. That's it. That's the entire dream, and that's what inspired him to write this story.
Oh, okay.
And so the place that he slept at, I think it's called the Stanley. Don't quote me on that. Someone can correct me later. Maybe it is the Stanley. Is like considered the most haunted hotel in the world, and so people will go there and they'll make YouTube videos and all this kind of stuff. And it's all. Most of its reputation comes from the fact that this book and movie were based on it.
Yeah.
And it's it was all based on a dream about a snake hose.
Got a little sidetracked with it.
Yeah, you know, it got a legend built on a lot of stuff, but I mean, I'm not a firm believer in ghosts anyways, like, you know, Amityville and all of those kind of things. They just seem like people kind of cashing in a little bit.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe it's real, like, you know.
Well, there are some things going on and we don't know, I think.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
true.
what. I don't know what they are because I don't know.
No, that's true. Well, they say that a lot of, there was a study that put a lot of it down to, believe it or not, vibrations. So what happens is, I mean, this is, you know, and there's probably other things, but what happens is a certain vibration from, say, a fan or like an overhead fan or something like that will like vibrate your eye and create shadows.
Oh yeah.
And those shadows, and then like there was like, I think it was, I don't know, like they fixed this fan, like they tried it with this thing, they fixed the fan and nobody ever saw a thing again. Like the vibration of the fan got fixed, a little wobble in it.
Really?
But I don't know, you know what?
Sounds good anyway.
I know, yeah.
Sounds good, yeah.
I
Might
enjoy
want a book on that one.
Well, exactly. I enjoy
Magic
ghost
fan.
movies, so I don't want I don't want it to not be real at all, but I'm just not really a firm believer is the problem.
Oh well.
Yeah.
We have our time moment.
Exactly. High budget movie, lots of big sets, good acting. And a well paced 2 hours to plus.
Surprisingly enough, yeah. For me, it wasn't a long, boring 2.5 hours.
No.
Thank goodness.
Right? Yeah.
I've been napping. It's nice and comfortable.
You got a good spot. I think we've had a few people comment on how comfortable you look.
Good. That's part of the. That's part of it.
Yeah.
We won't go into my personal life.
The sleeps that you do have over there, that's all right. I think mostly it's the back room where you have your naps. Maybe not.
All over.
Yeah. Oh, it's your house. You should be
only this one I don't. I don't have naps on this one.
No. Just not quite the right one for you.
Well, I can't watch TV with this. This is
you could this end.
That went straight in. Eh?
Yeah, that's true. That's good though. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a little short, but
yeah. All right. Well, anything else we need to say about this guy?
I don't think so. I think we covered it all.
I think Stephen King and Stanley Kubrick deliver again, in my
Yep.
opinion. All right, well, let's do the vote then.
I liked it.
Absolutely.
Right? Liked it.
All right. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you thought of it when you first saw it. Anything you have to say about it. Whether
How much you like me?
Yeah, how much you like him. Whether you dislike me. Put it on a scale of 1 to 10 of how much you dislike me.
Because I'm looking for a popularity contest here.
Well, if
Your
I'm the
votes-
only
your
other
votes
person
count.
in it,
I'll
you're
count
going to
them all
win.
up.
All right, I'll let you know how the votes go on the next one. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.